right. Nate in Dallas, Texas, listening on 9:10 a.m. Nate, you are on with Tom Nash. What's your question?
Hi, good afternoon. So, as I understand it, the Catholic Church is against capital punishment worldwide due to calling it immoral, whereas in the past, the Church was for or supported the use of it by the state. So my question is, if the Church in the past supported its use for criminals who conducted such acts as homosexuality, cross-dressing, host desecration, any number of things, including more horrendous things, but now they don't, why can the Church claim exclusive access to some source of objective morality if it seems that the Church's morality is subjective or fluid, subject to the times, their culture? And this doesn't seem like it's different people. This isn't different religions like Judaism versus Christianity. This is a single religion in a single church, but with evolving or changing morals.
Well, actually, it didn't change morals. What we're talking about is application. The Church has pointed out, even now, and you can look at the Catechism of the Catholic Church, abortion has always been an intrinsic moral evil, whereas capital punishment is not. What we're talking about is application, and the Church has made the judicious judgment that with regard to the application of the death penalty, given the culture that we live in, and given the fact that people can be incarcerated and kept incarcerated in a secure way for the duration of their life sentence, that was this necessary to do in terms of application. And so it is not said that it is now immoral necessarily, no, but rather it is efficacious, whether it's needful to do it. And so it's not saying that, in fact, that somehow if there is a capital punishment, that is somehow tantamount to an abortion, which is always an intrinsic moral evil. No, the question is whether it should be done prudentially, whether there's a real need to do it, and not that the Church's teaching has changed. And if you see in the Catechism of the Catholic Church, it makes this clear about application, not that the teaching per se has changed. So there's a crucial distinction to be made there between application versus a change in actual teaching. And there has not been an actual change in teaching.
Nate, does that make sense to you, the difference between a moral absolute and the application of it?
It kind of does. I just thought that the Church under John Paul II and Pope Francis declared that it was immoral. And so if it's now immoral, then why did it used to? Am I incorrect? Is it not immoral?
Not necessarily. No. They would say that with regard to the application, you can even check in the Catechism, which came out under the pontificate of St. John Paul II. The issue is whether it is necessary and whether it is, in some cases, oftentimes too, not oftentimes, but sometimes there can be a mistake, and then if other evidence comes out, and then you can't correct it when somebody's already been executed. And there's also the issue too, as they say, of incarceration. So it's true that given the nature of the punishment too, is like, well, given that people can be in jail and that the nature of the punishment, we're saying, well, do we have to do it? It's not saying that it is intrinsically evil. It's saying that all things being equal, and given the fact that we can keep them incarcerated, is this the most humane way to deal with people? Not saying that it is necessarily intrinsically evil. If that were the case, you would be right. There would be a contradiction between the past and the present in terms of the Church. But when we're talking about application, and given that there are other ways and secure ways by which to keep criminals incarcerated, and given our culture of death in general, which sadly abortion is a very big part of, is this the best way to deal with it? Not saying that it has somehow become necessarily and therefore intrinsically evil. And I would encourage you to check the Catechism on this section under the Thou Shalt Not Kill under the Fifth Commandment, and you'll see for more reading there.
Okay, Nate, does that work for you?
Yes, sir. I'll look into that. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much for your call, Nate.